Recent drone footage has revealed that construction on Saudi Arabia's ambitious project, The Line, has indeed commenced. This project has sparked intense debate in recent months, with many expressing doubts about its feasibility, likening it to something out of a science fiction movie. Now that construction is underway, the big question is what will the outcome be? Is this the beginning of the world's most remarkable mega project, or will the line become a trillion-dollar failure? Let's find out. In July 2022, Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman revealed the detailed plan for the line. This announcement sparked international interest, not only because it's the most ambitious mega project ever proposed, but also because it introduces a new way of life for humanity. The project entails the construction of two parallel 500-meter-tall skyscrapers made of reflective glass, spanning 170 kilometers through the desert. The line isn't just about creating infrastructure, it's about reimagining urban living. Saudi Arabia aims to attract 9 million residents to the project and create 380,000 new jobs within it. The city will be designed without cars, with everything accessible within a 5-minute walk. Energy will be generated from wind and solar farms, and water will come from a carbon-free desalination plant, making the line a zero-carbon city. While trailers for the project gained millions of views on platforms like YouTube, but there was little information available about the actual construction progress. Many believed that the line was merely a publicity stunt to grab international attention. However, around 3 months after Crown Prince announced this plan, things took an unexpected turn. On October 19, 2022, Saudi Arabia released official drone footage of the construction site. The foundation of the line project is clearly visible in the video, with a significant amount of machinery actively shaping the landscape for this mega project. The footage indicates that the excavation has already covered a considerable distance, nearly reaching the mountains visible in the background. In a time-lapse sequence, hundreds of excavators can be seen diligently working to lay the foundation for the line. The line is now approximately 6 to 10 miles long and progressing steadily towards the mountains. Additionally, more infrastructure is being developed around the project site. On Google Maps, various developments are visible, including offices, camps near the mountains, and a neon community with amenities like a football field and swimming pools. Since these images are not up to date, it's likely that there are many more developments by now. However, many experts believe that the linear city will never look as futuristic as it does in the trailers because the line is something that humanity has never seen before. Therefore, we can only speculate about what will happen next. We believe there are 4 possible outcomes for the line's future. The first possibility is that construction on a line will come to a halt in a few years without any people moving in. Similar to the Jeddah Tower or the Dubai Creek Tower, the line project could potentially face a scenario where its construction status remains unclear. In both cases, great promises were made and beautiful designs were presented. Construction was started and raising hopes that the buildings would be completed as planned. But after then, everything stopped, and no more advancements have been achieved. However, this outcome seems less likely for the line, given its backing by an entire country and the massive attention it has gained globally. Bringing the project closer to completion could present a significant opportunity to attract tourists and investors to Saudi Arabia. The second scenario is that the line actually turns out as depicted in the trailers. Saudi Arabia is making ambitious claims about its ability to build a project of this magnitude, and if the country dedicates all its resources to these plans, it might succeed. But this scenario appears unrealistic considering the immense scale of the project. While aspects like creating a car-free city or relying solely on renewable energy are feasible, the actual size of the line presents challenges. The linear city would be 500 meters tall, equivalent to some skyscrapers on New York's Billionaire's Row, but 170 kilometers wide. Comparatively, a typical tower of that size is only 50 meters wide. Moreover, constructing 2 parallel structures of such magnitude would require an immense amount of time and resources. While Saudi Arabia may expedite construction by working on multiple sections at once, but the scale of the project suggests it could span centuries to complete. But there is a third possible outcome for the line project. When it comes to big projects like this one, there's usually 2 ways it can go. Either it becomes a massive success or it turns into a costly mistake. But what if there's another option? Saudi Arabia still has the option to build the project, but on a smaller scale than originally planned. The line is designed in 5-minute walk segments, so they could construct the entire mega project bit by bit. They can expand it as needed based on demand. Additionally, they could modify the height of the line, making the project more feasible and simpler to complete. Even with a reduced height, the concept of vertical living remains intact, and all planned features could still be realized. If the line is built at a much smaller scale, it still has the potential to become the world's first modern city without cars and introducing a whole new way of life. All the essential services and facilities for the community are meant to be conveniently within walking distance. And if something isn't nearby, there's the idea of using an underground railway system for longer trips throughout the entire line. By 2030, when the first residents move in, they could be living in a futuristic society, but just on a much smaller scale. There's another scenario we haven't talked about yet. What if, because of all the controversies surrounding the project, the line megacity gets cancelled? Since the project was announced, there have been a lot of issues popping up that Saudi Arabia needs to deal with, but not everyone agrees on how they are handling these problems. For example, some communities have to leave their homes to make space for the mega project. Plus, many Saudis who spoke out against the government's plans have been taken by Saudi security forces. Considering all the human rights issues in the country, this project might not seem like a good investment anymore. Many business partners have already backed out of the deal for humanitarian reasons, and if more do the same, the project could go bankrupt. Experts are also raising concerns about the project budget. The project is funded by Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund, which heavily relies on the country's oil-dependent economy. With the unpredictable nature of oil markets and world globally shifting toward renewable energy, how Saudi Arabia will manage the funds for such a massive project in future. Many experts believe that the final result of the line might look quite different from the fancy renders presented by Saudi Arabia. Based on past construction projects, there's doubt whether Saudi Arabia possesses the necessary expertise to turn this concept into a real construction project. Another important question is whether residents would actually want to live in such a unique city. While some might be interested initially, the long-term appeal remains uncertain. Realistically, the project seems to be overly ambitious and faces various issues. So, the big question remains, will the line actually succeed? So what do you think? Will it thrive and attract residents, or become another abandoned mega project? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy it, please like and subscribe.